On this mock test, this learner got 4 dangerous faults and 4 serious faults. Let's see how that happened. So coming through the estate, nice and straightforward. Take your time here. Lots of pedestrians, lots of cars coming out of parking spaces. So just take your time. And then coming out of the test centre, coming onto the main road, the learner actually went a bit too far forward here. They thought it was clear. They didn't check properly both sides. By the time they realised the car was coming, they're already a bit over the line, over the giveaway line. It wasn't too far over to be a serious, but to avoid that in the first place, before you go over the line, make sure you're 100% happy that it's safe on the left and the right for you to go. Otherwise, you're going to end up going over a bit over and then realizing too late that there's somebody coming from the left or the right. So what you want to do, just make sure it's clear on both sides before you commit, and then check again. Once it's clear, make a move. So pulling over to the left, nothing exciting happened here, so I'm just going to skip it forward to the next bit. And so now we're approaching this roundabout where it can be tricky, especially positioning. Now if you look at the other learner there, they've done really well to position themselves properly in that lane, because it's really narrow there. It's easy to misjudge it and then have your wheels a bit over the line, but the other learner's done really well, and our learner's done well to be in their positioning as well. Now it's just a matter of looking to the right for a safe gap. It can get really busy on that side there. So what you're trying to do there is look for a gap and look for other cars that might come and block those cars from the right, but also look for any cars that are indicating to turn the other way, which our learner didn't do that well on here, because there on a couple of occasions there was a car or 2 cars indicating to turn the other way. Like now, we can't really see it, but they were indicating to turn the other way, and she's waited when she could have gone, and so therefore she got a minor hesitation there. So you're much better waiting and getting hesitation than rushing and you're not sure where it's going and then getting a serious. So just be patient, and if you're not sure, just don't go. And then now we're turning left onto this side road. So the learner's got priority, so she should have turned, but then you see that lorry coming down quite fast. Looked like they weren't going to stop. So our learner done okay to stop there, I think. And what would you have done? Would you have carried on turning, or would you have stopped? And here she's doing really well. It's really narrow in this section here, and you can see she's going nice and slowly, excellent control of the car, good steering, and just being aware of what's going on around her as well. Stopping in time before that van, checking the right mirror, and then moving on again, which is really good there. That was really well done. And then here we're turning left. Now be careful at this junction here, because let's say that a van wasn't there. Sometimes learners will turn left and then just ignore that red light. It applies to you. You see that line in the floor there? That means that light does apply to you. So just be careful as you turn here. If that light is red, make sure you stop. And then further down, Pelican Crossing, flashing amber. You can treat that as a green light and carry on if there's no pedestrians in front of you. And then turning right at this roundabout here. Very good, because the other car's waiting for us since we are on their right. Then onto a 20 section now, where you need to be really careful with your speed here. And then we're pulling over to start our independent driving. So here we're just following signs for Totteridge to begin with, which at the next roundabout is just turning right at the first roundabout. So it's quite wide here, so you want to position yourself to the right so that anybody coming from the left behind you can use that to go wherever they're going without you interfering with them. And then now we're pulled over for the second bit of the independent driving, where we're following signs for Brent Cross. Sometimes they'll get you to follow signs for Central London here as well, which is in the same direction. So if you look there, it's going to be right third exit at the next roundabout, the infamous Apex corner, which is not that infamous really. People get scared of it for no reason. You just need to take your time here. So our learner was getting a bit stressed here, and they were saying, should I go, should I go? But I kept quiet, because on the test, the examiners aren't going to tell you when to go. It's up to you to judge. But eventually, she did go at the right time, which was really good. But she does make a mistake on this roundabout, and I'll tell you exactly what that is in a second as we go through. So you see, that van went and they got beeped. Don't go too soon like that. And sometimes that can be off-putting when another vehicle goes, you think, oh, I could have gone as well. but if that was a test, that van driver would have definitely have failed. So don't copy other road users, use your own judgment and go when you feel like it's safe. So they started off nicely, but then she's gone into this lane here, which is not such a bad thing, but she didn't check her mirror to do that. She just went from that side to the left lane, which is not ideal. You want to be checking your mirrors to make sure there's no one next to you, and then check the lanes that she is in. So this lane is fine to get to the exit, but then she changes lanes again in a second. And she didn't check her mirror here to do that either. So luckily there's no one behind or next to us, and if there was, I would have had to take control of the car, but just the fact that she wasn't aware that she was changing lanes there was a problem. So I had to give a serious fault for that, because that is quite dangerous if you're not looking at your mirrors to see what's next to you before you change direction. And then further down this road, going straight down, and then further after the roundabout, coming into the left lane. So it was a very good job to do that. And here we're going straight second exit, still following signs for Brent Cross. And she starts to get a bit confused here as well. She actually said, "I'm getting confused now," but I just kept quiet because it's a bit late to be trying to ask where to go. I kept quiet, but then she done the right thing and she came off. So that was really good, because you don't want to be stopping there or trying to turn last second, which is not ideal. And this section is 50 miles an hour, but if you check the speed, she's doing about 30 something right now. And then you see other cars are coming behind, having to overtake her, which is not ideal. And then she does that further down the road as well, not going fast enough for that 50 section. So I had to give her a serious for speed further down. If you're doing a theory test, make sure you check out Theory Test Hero. It's been helping lots of people pass, so you can find the link in the description for that. So yeah, download it for free and check it out. So as you can see here, she's still going slow, which is why I had to give it a serious fault there for speed. Now we're turning right at the next traffic lights, and this is where things go really wrong. And I've told the learner we're turning right at the next lights, and didn't really respond. So I told them again, and they were like, yeah, I know, I'm gonna do it when you get further down. So I thought, okay, let's see what's gonna happen. Really, she should have been moving to the right lane from early on. As soon as you hear the instruction and you want to start checking your mirrors, then when it's safe, start moving to the right. But she's left it really late, and now she's trying to go to the right lane. So the lights are approaching quite fast now. Now we're in the middle lane, and then she's going to try to go to the right, but check the van coming from behind us. So she tried to go into the lane at that exact same moment the van was going past. So I had to grab the wheel and bring her back into the middle lane, because there was no way she could have made that safely. And now by the time she's going to the right lane now, we're really approaching the lights. It's way too late to turn right here, and then she's slowed right down. Remember, this is a 50 section here. So I had to give her a dangerous for response to traffic lights there, because she's going way too slowly. And then she tried to turn right there as well. So it's not going great right now. And then now I think she's lost her confidence, and now the steering's all over the place. And now she's going from lane, in a bit of a lane, out of the lane a bit. As you can see, the car's veering to the left. I had to give her a little warning, tell her, look, your car's veering to the left. And then she got really close to the curb on the other side. So I had to grab the wheel and bring her back on course. So we've got a dangerous there for steering and lane discipline, basically. So sometimes things will go wrong. Don't let them affect, or sometimes things go wrong. Don't let it affect more of your driving. Kind of think about what's happened, put it in the back of your mind, and focus on what's happening immediately in front of you. Because remember, the situation's always developing, and you still need to concentrate on what you're doing. So now we're off the dual carriageway back onto the normal roads, 30 miles an hour down here. And we're going into this one-way section where when you're turning left, you can only turn left here, but you need to look to the right because it's a give-way line there, and you can see the give-way triangle as well. Some people don't see that and just go straight into the left. That would be a serious fault because you're not being aware that it's a junction there. Now we're turning right at this light, and if you looked on the floor, there was an arrow saying keep left, but you see she's tried to go to the right lane. I've had to pull the steering back to the left, which is a mistake that a lot of learners make there. Even other drivers, they'll try to go in the right lane, but that lane is for the oncoming traffic, you see. The oncoming traffic is using that lane to go straight. You want to be positioned to the lane. There's only one lane there really for left and right and straight. But for some reason, people think you need to be in the other lane to turn right. That's for the oncoming traffic, so be careful there. And then turning right onto this dual carriageway, which can be tricky sometimes, especially when it's busy. And the mistake a lot of learners make here is they'll just follow the vehicle in front without thinking about the oncoming traffic. Be really careful not to do that. Here, you just want to creep forward. Once the moped has gone through, don't just follow them. Creep forward slowly, making sure that it's safe for you to go. And then once it's visible that it's clear and it's safe, then you make your move and you go, aiming for the left lane if possible, and then carry on. And then be careful with this bit here as well. Just a bit before, there's lots of parked vehicles there, sometimes buses and lorries and things like that. And then turning left back onto the Aerodrome Road, which is basically near the end of the test, back to 30 miles an hour. And now don't get too relaxed. I always say this on every video. Stay focused until the end of the test and keep focused until they've told you that the test is finished, because a lot of people do fail near the end, so stay focused. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining me on this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to do more like that, so make sure you subscribe for more and check out the links in the description for the app and for other help with the theory and all those kind of things. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.